Live. We have switched out the studio. We got the fire drill going on. We'll do that about 6 more times. We got 3
for the
more,
next 2 hours.
Yeah,
heck yes.
3 more Kern County athletes in the house here, headed for the state championships in track tomorrow and Saturday. To my left, Cam Roberson of Garces, Scott Boylan of Garces, and Ethan Turner of Foothill. All very fast individuals, as it turns out. Yeah, they could all beat Trevor in a race, I think.
I think anybody in this building except for you could beat me in a race.
I vehemently disagree with that. I think there are people out there you could probably beat, but I'm not one of them. The gauntlet hath been laid down.
I feel a race coming.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm going to have to sit in an
That's gonna be
ice bath
special.
before and afterwards, but I'll do it. And have to figure out how I tell Kristen that I just ran Zach in a race.
Yeah, the problem is you're an old man. That's really the problem here.
We're all right with that.
Okay, let's start with you, Cam. The Masters champion, Central Section champ in the 200. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Also, you and Scott both just graduated. It's been like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Garces beats the crowd when it comes to graduation. So you guys are all done with school and just enjoying running right now. Also running in the 100 tomorrow.
Yes.
And you finished 3rd there in the section. Is the 200, I mean, I know you won the section title. Is that definitely your stronger event, you think?
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, so last year, I wanted the 100 to be my strong event so bad, but times come to show that the 200 was my stronger event because I get my speed. It takes me a little while to get to my full speed, so that's why the 200 is my better event because on that last straightaway, that's where I can use all my speed and endurance. Yeah,
actually, if you look at it, your 200 time is not really anything more than double your 100 time. So you're able to maintain that speed. Just don't have the acceleration some of the other guys do. And Scott, you were actually slightly ahead of Cam in the 100 at the Valley. You finished second, 0.03 of a second before Cam. Is that bragging rights? You kind of get to hold that over him for a couple weeks.
After we finished, we didn't really know who won, and I asked him. I was like, "Who do you think won?" Or got second and third. And I was like, "Who do you think got second?" And he was like, "Probably you," because I've done it 3 times in a row. I beat him by like 0.01.
You got to learn to lean a little bit more.
Well, and the reason that conversation even came up because I was during the power outage where the whole neighborhood around Buchanan went out, so the big screen was out, the printer was out, everything was out. So everybody was asking. I know Scott. I think you even asked me on Twitter in a DM. You're like, Who took second? Because you guys didn't know out of the two of you who took second. It was a weird situation in that moment. But congratulations to both of you guys moving on.
You.
Yeah.
You're in different heats tomorrow?
We don't know.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's you.
Trevor,
You
guys probably know more than we do.
I don't think Trevor put Scott on here. He says Cam's in the second heat. He forgot about you, Scott. Sorry. No, I don't know. That'd be kind of cool though to actually run in different. I almost said swim. Run in different heats to sort of have. Be able to root for each other, right?
Yeah, and we're always rooting for each other, even to go 1-2. And I knew it's funny because towards the end of the season, I was beating Scott by like 0.10, and then 0.5, and then 0.01, and then now he's starting to edge me. And it's weird to see like the time transition between both of us.
All right. Speaking of people who are faster than you, Ethan Turner.
Hold on, breaking news here. What? Scott Boylan will be in the second lane of the first heat tomorrow in the 100. And Cameron Roberson will be in the third lane in the second heat.
This is my annual. This is my
your first heat.
My weekly time to say cool story, bro. All right, let me talk. Ethan, you beat. Cam tells me you beat him in 6th grade in some sprints.
Yeah.
You used to be a sprinter. Now you're a hurdler. You can be running the 300 hurdles on tomorrow and Saturday, hopefully. And you just missed out in the 110 hurdles early in the Valley. Turned around, got to state in the 300. And you also missed out on state last year. So how important was it to you to? I got to get back, right? I mean, you got to get back one time before you're done in high school.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that experience like to look up at the board and see that? Hey, I'm back.
One of the greatest experiences ever. I mean, last year I took it really hard when I didn't make it to state, and so for my senior year, I made it my goal to definitely make it to state no matter what. Unfortunately, I was hoping to make it in both the 300s and the 110s, but that didn't happen. But I'm okay. I survived.
Yeah.
300s is great, and I'm happy to be running in state tomorrow.
Well, and that's the crazy part about this time of the year is that you hit a hurdle, you miss, and you're not going to state. And that's the toughest thing. And that's what's so incredible about getting here is that you have a bad start in the 100, you have a bad turn in the 200, you go into somebody's lane, you clip a hurdle. And where was your mindset, Ethan, after you didn't finish in the top 3 in the 100 because you clipped, I think it was the 3rd hurdle. How quickly did your mind just turn to, I need to concentrate on the 300 and forget that ever happened?
I don't think it really changed. As soon as I clipped that hurdle, I kind of switched, and I was just like, okay, just get back in the race. Just pick it up and just go. And I wasn't really thinking about the 300s at all. It was the 110s. That was my focus, and getting back in that race and making sure I came back from that hitting the hurdle.
But once that race was over, how quickly did your mind go directly to 300 and you totally forgot about that?
Pretty quick. I mean, I was disappointed that I took 4th in my heat and the 110-meter hurdles, but as soon as that race was done, I was like, okay, I have another race after this. This race is done. There's no point in just dwelling on the past, and I need to do this and get to stay the 300s.
Speaking of, sorry, Ethan. Speaking of not really having a much of a margin for error, guys, in the 100, since you both run the 100, you false start, you're done. You don't get off to a good start, you're probably done anyway.
No, yeah, you're done.
So you kind of have to walk that tightrope that you can't false start, but you better get off to a good start. Cam, how does that? And in the 200, maybe not quite as bad, but you still better get off to that good start.
Yeah.
How do you walk that tightrope?
Honestly, it just takes a lot of practice, and I think that's why I prefer the 200 because there's a little room for error off your start. I mean, you have a whole 150 to make up if it's not a good start, but it's a lot of practice. You know, you have to work on reaction time. I think that's the main thing you have to work on. It's just as soon as you hear that gun, you just got to get out.
Scott, how about you? Any tips you could give people to how you make that start work?
I don't know. It's the most stressful part of the race. Last year, I remember in Valley, they said I false started.
Oh yeah.
And I got DQ'd, so I know the.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I know the feeling. Yeah.
Didn't know it was a sensitive subject.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
I know the feeling. So I mean, it's definitely the most important aspect of the race in the 100. And if you don't get off to a good start, there's no way you can either beat your time or win. So.
I have to imagine, and it goes for the hurdles too. You hear the double bang, the bang bang.
No,
your
that's
heart
the
kind of
worst.
goes up to your throat a little bit.
Well, usually you can tell, like out of your peripherals, you can see who it was
Yeah.
and kind of where it was almost.
Right.
All 3 of you guys have walked down the ramp at state. 2 of you for the relay. Ethan is a sophomore, but all 3 of you guys are now doing it as individuals. Have you guys thought about that moment, Cam, Scott, for you guys for the first time as individuals walking down that ramp and heading through the infield, and what that moment kind of entails when you see 8,000 people kind of waiting and watching you?
I mean, it's going to be an exciting experience, and I can't wait to get out there and experience it.
Scott, for you, I mean, you're going to go all the way across the country here in a few months to go to Brown, and the last thing you're going to do as an athlete in Kern County is race in front of 8,000 people. Have you thought about the magnitude of that moment? You're welcome, by the way, if you hadn't.
I try to keep those things out of my mind to ease the tension a little bit and not get nervous for the race. But, I mean, I'm excited. Yeah, it's a great experience and a good opportunity.
There aren't going to be a lot of 98-degree days in Rhode Island either, so
I don't think
that's
so.
going to be your last time for a while on that. Yeah.
Just drench them with some water beforehand. They'll get used to the humidity that way.
Ethan, is there an advantage to you? Obviously, you wanted to make it to state in both, but the fact that you can focus on one, your legs will be completely fresh. Mentally, you can wait. You know when you run and all that sort of stuff. Is there an advantage to that?
Yeah, fresh legs. I mean, running 2 events is great. Well, for me, I'm so used to running hurdles, and so running the 110s and then the 300s doesn't really faze me at all because I've been doing it for 4 years. But yeah, I would expect there'd be an advantage in just running 1 race instead of 2. So.
Yeah, that'll be terrific. And how about you? How about that experience of you like you said, you missed out on it last year, just the feeling of kind of running across that, or really for the 300, you won't be running across the infield, you'll be kind of running down the infield toward that starting point. But what do you figure that experience will be like?
I feel like the experience is going to be amazing. As you said, I wasn't able to make it last year, but my sophomore year, I remember the experience clear as day. I mean, everyone in the crowd screaming and cheering, And it's kind of a surreal moment for you when you realize that you're racing against the fastest people in California.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be in your lane, and you're just ready. And when the gun goes off, it's everyone for themselves.
I think I remember last year, Connor Bruce tweeted right afterwards. We had the video of the 200 finals, and he was like, I just raced against Michael Norman in the lane next to me.
Yeah.
Do you take those moments if you're running up against a guy that's state level or just being there, and you guys just soak in this moment, win or lose, moving on to Saturday or not, you're just soaking in this moment of running in this event that, I mean, you look at Risha Foster, who won long jump last year at the state, won Pac-12 as a freshman this year. I mean, you look at those athletes and what Michael Norman has done at USC. Do you take those moments in, Cam?
Yeah, you cherish them for sure, and it kind of helps you elevate your game. Like, you see the times and you want to compete, and I think it just pushes you to another level that you didn't think you can hit.
Yeah, that's awesome. Obviously, everybody wants the perfect race to win a state championship and all those things, but what has to happen this weekend for you to walk away happy and say it was a success?
Honestly, my goal, of course, other than moving on to Saturday, I want a PR. I mean, I felt like I could have ran a better time in the 200 and the 100. I mean, I kind of let the nerves get the best of me, but now I'm going in with a better mindset. And my goal is just a PR.
And you're in lane 7. You get to chase some people too. So
I was reading that on your thing. That's not a bad lane at all. I'd prefer that over 1 or 9. So
yeah. How about you, Scott? What defines success for you this weekend?
I've thought about it a little bit, and I'd probably say earlier in the year I ran I think it was 10.72, and that's my PR, but it was wind dated. I still don't know the significance of that, but I just want to beat that I want to probably go below 10.75.
You know, it's interesting because we always talk about wind dated and things for record keeping purposes.
Yeah, how does that
they don't
work?
care. Well, if it's over 2 meters per second, 2 meters
Yeah.
per second is the limit because it's supposedly the wind can
I
help
love
you
that
run
look
a
on
little
Cam's
faster.
face. Like,
About
what does
like-
that even mean? I
Yeah.
ran fast
Do you
that
guys-
day.
do you guys think that like makes a major impact on?
I think
On your time?
it could save you a couple tenths of a second.
And when
I
you're
do
talking
think it
about
could.
100 and a 200,
Yeah.
something that's in the straightaway, a tenth of a second is huge.
Because
Yeah.
you're running real fast already, and the wind can just give you that extra
Yeah.
little push.
Yep.
But it's funny
There's no
to hear
Mary
somebody
Poppins
say,
flying through the air
yeah,
here,
I mean,
but it
it's
helps.
That hey, my time is my time, right? That's
Yeah.
that's really what you guys
That's
care
how-
about is
yeah,
the time.
that's how we describe
Ethan,
it.
how about you? What's success for you this weekend?
This weekend, I definitely would like to PR. But just knowing that I left it all out on the track and that I tried my best and ran my fastest, I think that's success for me.
That's awesome. Well, hey guys, good luck. We got to make another shift change here. We're going to get some more runners in. They're not as fast as you, but they can run a little farther. So that's what we're going to get to next. Cam Roberson, Scott Boylan, and Ethan Turner, Garces, and Foothill. Good luck this
Thank you
weekend,
very much.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. We'll be right back on BVarsity Live after this.